What's up, everybody, and welcome to yet another Foundations set review. This time we're covering the direct to constructed or direct to standard cards. So cards that are going to be standard legal but not found in the play boosters. And we're going to take a look at all of the cards and all of the colors. We've already covered white, blue, black, red, and now we are on to green. So we're going to take a look at green, and we're going to do this in increasing CMC cost as well as increasing rarity. So we're going to start at the lowest green card, at the lowest rarity, and move ourselves up through common, uncommon, into rare, and then finally mythic. And we're going to say whether or not we think we're going to make it into standard. So there is some really interesting things going on with elves. There's a potential that we could see an elf deck in standard, but it's definitely going to add some interesting mechanics here. So first up we have is Druid of the Cowl. Is a one colorless, one green creature elf druid. It's also a mana dork, so it can be tapped to produce green, and it is a 1/3. If elves do become a thing in standard, this will definitely be part of that, in my opinion. Next up is Bear Cub. It is a one colorless, one green creature bear 2/2. I mean, we're definitely not going to see this in standard, but it's cute. It's cute. Thorn Wield Archer is a one colorless, one green creature elf archer. It has reach and death touch. It's a 2/1. Potentially, like I said, if elves make it into standard, this could potentially go in there. Having reach and being a death touch at a 2/1, like, it's just taking stuff out that's much bigger than itself. Like, what demon? And just smacking it out of the air. New Horizons, two colorless, one green enchantment aura. Enchant land. When this aura enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Enchanted land has a tap, add 2 mana of any one color. Potentially, so that's mana ramping. We see similar cards in Modern as well. I think they're a little bit cheaper though. Basically making your card tap for two colors instead of just one, or not two. It could be 2 colors. Maybe. No, it wouldn't be, but it taps for 2 instead of 1, and it gets a 1/1. But it's a little expensive, so we may or may not see this, especially in like a ramp deck, or we might see it in like a domain deck or something like that. Spring Bloom Druid, 2 colorless, 1 green. I don't know why they got to do this guy's hairline like that, but they did him dirty with his hairline. But this creature, Elf Druid, is a 1/1. When this creature enters, you may sacrifice a land. If you do, search your library for 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Interesting ramp strategy. I don't know if it's going to make it in, just because it's like sack a land to go get 2 lands, so you just burned like 3 lands in a turn. I mean, maybe, because say you're on turn 3, you play this, you sack a land, and then next turn you have 4 lands, which gives you exactly where you would be anyways if you just played your 4th land. I guess if you're hard up on lands, I don't know. Or maybe you need to splash. Like, this would be a fun draft card. I just don't think you're going to see it in standard. Fierce Empath is 2 colorless, 1 green. It's a creature. It's an elf. And it's a 1/1. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a creature card with mana value 6 or greater. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. I don't think we're going to see this one. Next up is Magnagoth Sentry, 3 colorless, 1 green. It's a creature tree folk, and it has reach, and it's a 4/4. I don't think we're going to see this one, but it's fun. It's a fun card. Good old classic. Wildheart Invoker is a 2 colorless, 2 green elf shaman creature that's a 4/3. You can also pay 8. Target creature gets 5/5 and gains trample until end of turn. That's just so expensive. It would be fun in a big stompy dinosaur deck, maybe. Tajuru Pathwarden is 4 colorless, 1 green creature elf warrior allied, has vigilance and trample, and is a 5/4. I don't think we're going to see it in standard play, but it's kind of fun. You might see it in Commander. Mold Adder. Ooh. They didn't go with mold as much as they did like slime. Or maybe they're saying it's molding. Is that what it's called when a snake sheds its skin? I thought that was molding. Maybe? I don't know. Molding? Is that what that is? Anyways, this is our first no, that's molting. Yeah. Mold adder then. I was close. Yeah, they went with it's just gross. Like the longer you look at it, the grosser it gets. It's like a snot snake. I'm calling it snot snake. that's what this is. It's a mold adder. It's a 1 green creature fungus snake. Yeah, it doesn't look like fungus either. It would be like furry if it was mold or fungus. Fungus would be more like mushroomy, I guess. I guess there is slime mold. That is a thing. I don't know. I'm thinking about that one way too long. But it's a 1/1. Whenever our opponent casts a blue or black spell, you may put a 1/1 counter on this creature. I think it's too limiting to see in standard play, but interesting and gross. Very gross looking. Ordeal of Nylea is 1 colorless, 1 green. Enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Whenever enchanting creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more 1/1 counters on it, sacrifice this aura. When you sacrifice this aura, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. That's really interesting, but I don't think we'll see it in standard play. It could definitely be fun in Commander, but it's interesting. Interesting little mechanic. Just buff something up, and then if you get to it +3/+3 on it, and then you can set it has to be sacked, and then you get 2 basic lands. So it's a good little ramping thing. I definitely like it in Arena, or not Arena, in Commander. Venom Connoisseur is 1 colorless, 1 green. It's creature, human, druid. It's a 2/2. Whenever another creature you gain or you control enters, this creature gains death touch into end of turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, all creatures you control gain death touch into end of turn. That is really interesting, and I would like that in a Commander deck. I just don't think that it's going to work its way into standard. Whoop, went too fast. Finn the Fangbearer. It's a 1 colorless, 1 green, legendary creature, human warrior, has death touch, and it's a 1/3. Whenever a creature you control with death touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Are we bringing back the poison decks? I doubt it. There's not a lot of poison. I mean, there is poison. It's not green though. It's like blue-black, I think, is the poison deck. So I don't think this will see any play. Be fun in your poison Commander deck though. Thrashing Brontodon is a 1 colorless, 2 green, 3/4. You can pay 1, sacrifice this creature, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Again, fun, classic, old card, but it's just been power crept. I don't think we're going to see it. Copilot says, yes, mold is a type of fungus, so mold adder makes a bit more sense as a fungus snake. It does, but that looked like slime. All right, we're going back to the snake. Like, just look at it. Look at it. Like, I'm going to break something. All right, it didn't do anything. It's like slimy. It doesn't look like mold. Okay, we're done. We're done with the snake. We got to keep on keeping on. Imperious Perfect is a 2 colorless, 1 green creature elf warrior, 2/2. Other elves you control get +1/+1. You can pay 1 green, tap it, create a 1/1 green. Like, we could see this if elf deck becomes a thing. I really do think so. There's just some cards that really get to me. There was a few in Duskmourn that, like, the longer I stared at it, the grosser I got out. I'm like, luckily they didn't do what's the fear of many holes, like a bunch of holes close together. Is that tryptophobia or something like that? I don't think they did a card around that, but that would have creeped me out. Circuitous Route is a 3 colorless, 1 green sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and or gate cards. So gate has been mentioned several times. I guess I'm too new of a player to know what a gate is. I don't know what a gate card is. Put them onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle. But basically 4 mana to go get 2 land cards. Again, probably a fine commander card, but I don't think we're going to see it in standard. Gnarlback Rhino, 2 colorless, 2 green, creature Rhino. It has trample, it's 4/4. Whenever you cast a spell that targets this creature, draw a card. Again, nice, fun, big, stompy card, but I don't think we're going to see it in standard. Biogenic Upgrade is 4 colorless, 2 green, sorcery, distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures, then double the number of 1/1 counters on each of those creatures. This, again, would be fun in standard, or in Commander, but I don't think we're going to see it in standard. It's fun. I like it. It's crazy art thing going on. We got a hammerhead, shark, octopus, crab thing, and then like an alligator humanoid thing going on. And then I have no idea what this little dude with a bunch of eyes reminds me of the dude from Nemesis from Resident Evil. Next up is Joraga Invocation. It's 4 colorless and 2 green sorcery, and each creature you control gets +3/+E until end of turn. Must be blocked if able. Again, fun card, but mostly found in Commander. I don't think we're going to see it in Standard. We have Pelika Worm. It's a 4 colorless, 3 green creature worm, 7/7 with trample. This creature enters, you gain 7 life. When this creature dies, you draw a card. It's a fun card. Goes into a nice little stompy deck. I would say, again, go put it in your green commander deck full of big stompy things with ramp. And that will finish out the uncommon. So next up is our rares. So we have Primal Might is going to greet us first, and this is pay X colorless and 1 green, and it's a sorcery. Target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature you control. This would be a really fun draft card, but again, it's not going to be in the draft set. Could be a fun commander card, 100%. I just don't think it's going to make its way into standard. I don't really know. There's not many fight cards in standard right now as it is, so there would be like nothing to replace. So I'm like trying to compare it to other fight cards, and I just don't think it's going to be in there. Wildborn Preserver, 1 colorless, 1 green creature, elf archer. It's got flash, it's got reach, it's a 2/2. Whenever another non-human creature you control enters, you may pay X. When you do, put X 1/1 counters on this creature. So this could be a fun addition to an elf deck. Like I said, there's a lot of really interesting elf synergies. Being able to flash this in, and then anytime you play other elves, you have the opportunity to pay X and put 1/1 counters on this card, making it a nice little, and it has reach too, which is really nice, taking out things in the air. Predator Ooze. Here's another creepy one. I don't know why the oozes is creeping me out. But this is 3 green, creature ooze type. It's indestructible. And then whenever this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. Whenever a creature dealt damage by this creature this turn dies, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. This thing scales. This is fun. I don't think we'll see it in standard, but it'd definitely be a fun commander card. Next up is Sirach the Hunt Caller, 2 colorless, 2 green, legendary creature, human warrior. It's a 5/4 at the beginning of combat on your turn. If creatures you control have power 8 or greater, target creature you control gains haste until end of turn. Again, fun card. Go put it in your big stompy green deck, but I don't think we're going to see it in Commander. Hero's Bane, 3 colorless, 2 green, creature Hydra. This creature enters with 4 1/1 counters on it, and then I can pay 2 colorless and 2 green, put X 1/1 counters on it. This creature where X is its power. Okay, so it comes in. It's a 4/4 for 5, and then next turn you could pay 4. And then make it an 8/8. And then the turn after that, you could pay 4 again and make it a 16/16. Yeah, this thing is fun. It's fun. Like, it's a classic big O stompy green shit. Like, go put it in your commander deck. Big O stompy green commander deck. This is a fun card. It's just 5 green for a 10/10. Just 5 green for a 10/10, a Gigantosaurus. Like, it's fun. It's in like the starter free deck that they give you in Arena, but I don't think you're going to see it in competitive play. Go put it in your dinosaur deck in Commander. Like, I like that they did this full art treatment. They didn't put nothing else on this. It's just 5 green. Here's a 10/10 dinosaur. Enjoy. Like, it's fun. Next up in rare, we have Aggressive Mammoth. 3 colorless, 3 red. Wow. 3 colorless, 3 green. Creature elephant. It's an 8/8 with trample. Other creatures you control have trample. Go put it in the deck. Put it in the deck. You're going to go put it in your commander deck. Rampaging Baloths. Baloths is a 4 colorless, 2 green creature beast, trample, landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may create 4 beast creature token again. Go put it in the deck. Put it in the deck. This will go in your commander deck. Vizier of the Menagerie is our first mythic here in green. Is a 3 colorless, 1 green creature snake cleric. Okay, that's a lot of things going on. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. You can spend mana of any type to cast creature spells. This would be a really fun commander, if I'm being honest with you. Do a lot of fun stuff, but I don't see it making its way into standard. Next up is Primeval Bounty. 5 colorless, 1 green enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 3/3 beast creature token. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put 3/1/1 counters on target creature control. And then it also has a landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 3 life. Put it in the deck. Put it in the deck. I'm losing my voice. I can't hit the high notes anymore. This would be a super fun commander card. I don't think it's going to make it into standard in any way, but it's a lot of fun. Oh, and that means, friends, we have made it to the end. If you've made it this far in the video, you might as well like, subscribe, leave a comment, right? It helps your boy out. And your boy is trying to qualify for the Pro Tour in the next 5 years. And so the content you find on this channel is all going to be Magic related. It's going to be documenting that journey, everything from constructed to constructed to limited formats to Magic the Gathering news and other pieces that we make in and around Magic the Gathering will all be found here on this channel. So if you enjoy Magic the Gathering content, follow along, come hang out with us. And until next time, we'll catch you at the table.